We will not accept!
Lately, a clip surfaced online where some British young ladies and a few men tried to confront the police for brutally rough handling a British young girl. When UK police aren't turning a blind eye to British children being gang raped by the usual suspects, they're punching and kicking them. They wouldn't do this to anyone but white kids, would it? Well, you can see for yourself how the police handled a young British man without any respect, and this was totally unacceptable in England. There have been other cases where we see British police arresting street preachers for preaching about Christianity while they leave others to practice theirs in streets and other places. This is totally wrong. The UK is a Christian country, and Christianity must prevail in this country.
This is a Christian nation. People think that Christianity is in decline, that are not part of the churches. Let me tell you now, Christianity is on the rise. What any religion doesn't have the right to do is attack anyone.
Well, before we cover this in full, if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. In recent weeks, a video surfaced online that ignited a heated debate about the relationship between British youth and law enforcement. The clip shows a group of young British women and men confronting police officers who were seen using excessive force against a young girl. This incident has raised significant concerns about police conduct, particularly towards British children, and has sparked discussions around issues of respect, fairness, and the role of law enforcement in society. The video that went viral depicts a distressing scene, officers aggressively handling a young girl, leading her peers to intervene in an attempt to protect her. The palpable anger and frustration displayed by the young people highlight a growing discontent with how law enforcement operates, particularly regarding its treatment of youth. Critics argue that such aggressive tactics are disproportionate and raise questions about the underlying motivations of the police. This incident is not an isolated case. Over recent years, there have been numerous reports of excessive force being used by police in various situations, particularly involving young people. Many observers contend that this behaviour reflects a broader trend of systemic issues within the police force, particularly regarding how they engage with marginalised communities, including British youth. The confrontation in the video is emblematic of deeper societal issues, particularly concerning the treatment of young people in the UK. There are allegations that the police often turn a blind eye to serious crimes affecting young individuals, such as gang violence and sexual exploitation. Critics argue that when police do respond, it is often with excessive force, particularly against white British youth, leading to accusations of discrimination and bias in law enforcement practices. This perception of inequity is further exacerbated by the public's awareness of different policing standards applied to various communities. Many argue that police are more lenient with certain groups while being harsher on others, leading to a climate of mistrust between law enforcement and the public. This dynamic can create a vicious cycle where young people feel alienated and less likely to cooperate with police, further complicating community relations. Compounding these tensions is the ongoing debate about religious freedoms in the UK, particularly regarding Christianity. There have been multiple instances where street preachers have been arrested or moved along by police for sharing their faith in public spaces.
We'll continue, and I just need to finish the message and let people hear about the last part, about repentance from sin, and then I can...
Let's just have a quick conversation before you carry on.
Right, okay.
That was what we've been hearing.
So we must... What have you been hearing?
That you've been making...
I have not made any homophobic comments or slurs at all. I've been preaching about repentance from sin.
I've been preaching about repentance from sin into the camera. I've been preaching the gospel of God through the Bible, and I've not even mentioned homophobic or anything like that at all. We don't need to listen to police over here. They said that we're allowed to be here. We're allowed to have this by law. It's our right to freedom of speech to proclaim the gospel. We're allowed. We haven't said anything homophobic.
Critics argue that this is a form of religious discrimination, especially when other faiths appear to be given more leeway to practice openly. The assertion that the UK is a Christian country is a contentious one, with differing opinions on the role of Christianity in public life. Proponents of this viewpoint argue that the foundations of British law and culture are deeply rooted in Christian values, and thus these values should be preserved and respected. They contend that the police should protect the rights of Christians to express their beliefs publicly, just as they protect the rights of other religious groups. Social media has played a significant role in amplifying these issues. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok allow incidents like the one involving the young girl to gain immediate attention, sparking outrage and mobilizing public opinion. This rapid dissemination of information can lead to swift reactions from both the public and authorities, sometimes resulting in policy changes or public statements from law enforcement agencies. However, the speed at which information spreads can also lead to misunderstandings and misinformation. Videos taken out of context can fuel outrage without providing a complete picture of the events. This has been seen in various incidents where public perception shifts dramatically based on viral footage, often leading to calls for accountability without a full understanding of the facts. In light of these incidents, there is an increasing call for reform within the police force. Advocates for change argue that greater accountability is needed to ensure that police conduct aligns with community standards and expectations. This includes the implementation of comprehensive training programs focusing on de-escalation techniques, cultural sensitivity, and community engagement. Moreover, there is a push for transparency in policing practices, including the use of body cameras and public reporting of police conduct. These measures could help rebuild trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve, ensuring that young people feel safe and respected, rather than targeted and marginalized. The recent confrontation between British youth and the police is a reflection of broader societal issues that cannot be overlooked. The treatment of young people, particularly in high-stress situations involving law enforcement, raises critical questions about fairness, respect, and accountability. Additionally, the debate surrounding religious freedoms add another layer of complexity to the ongoing discourse about public order and community rights. As the UK grapples with these challenges, it is essential for all stakeholders, law enforcement, community leaders, and citizens to engage in open dialogue aimed at fostering understanding and cooperation. Only through constructive engagement can the tensions be alleviated and a path toward a more equitable society be forged. The road ahead may be difficult, but it is crucial for the future of all communities in the UK.